I broke the news to them very poorly.
Knowing what you know now, how would you approach that same conversation?
Oh, so different. Actually, strategically,
Back to
yeah,
your parents really quick. That's a huge tangent, right? What is that like? How did you break the news to them?
I broke the news to them very poorly, and I was not very emotionally fluent. I did not learn how to be a very nonviolent communicator. I would do so many things different, but the story was, I we were about to renew for the next semester. We're thinking about getting a loan or finding some money to pay for college. And I told my mom, like, I just told her at the dinner table, I was like, I'm not gonna go to college next year. And that was the worst way to it up, I'm just not gonna go. She's like, she was shocked. She was like, what do you mean you're not gonna go? My dad was like, what do you mean? And I was like, yeah, I'm working on this startup right now, and I'm not gonna go. And this sparked so many arguments over the course of months. So one argument I distinctly remember was like taking out the trash, and my dad following me as I was taking out the trash, and he's like, we have to go to college. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. And I was like, I don't want to. Like, I want to be like a startup founder. I want to be an entrepreneur. And like, I want to be like Steve Jobs and like Mark Zuckerberg, which are like horrible examples to compare yourself to. And my dad's like, you're not Jobs. You're not Mark Zuckerberg. And I was like, what? It was just like not the best way to approach it. And it started many arguments over the course of months about not going to school, if they're going to support me, how our relationship was going to be afterwards. And so it was a really rough period of my life.
Especially for Asian parents, it's that concept of not going to school is so foreign to them. You know, I mean, I can't really blame them too, because
Yeah.
a lot of our parents or the people that came here, everything was fucked up, like my parents came from my mom came from the Cultural Revolution, where people were getting fucking killed all the time. There's been so many events like the Vietnam War, even the killing fields in Cambodia. Literally, these people are stripped of everything. The first thing that they see this schooling and this academic system as like their way out, and so I could definitely relate to that whole thing with your parents.
I mean, looking back, like, it's so easy. Like, if I had empathy, if I understood where they were coming from, if I knew a lot more about my culture, about how school was safety, school was psychological comfort of being safe and safe, or all these different things, like, I would have approached it so differently.
Knowing what you know now, how would you approach that same conversation?
Oh, so different. Basically, like, have a plan. Or I would actually strategically drop hints here and there about like self-education, about how much I'm learning. And I know that they're not gonna understand it immediately or even at all. Like, they still don't get it. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I would have had like a plan of like what I'm gonna do when I drop out. And if this doesn't work out, this doesn't work out, then here's plan B. If it doesn't work out, plan C. And then give them the reassurance like, hey, college will always be there. That's always my backup plan. So even if all this fails, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's the opportunity cost that's on the table right now of being young and being reckless and not having to worry about things. Here's my intention of why I want to do this, and here's why I'm communicating this to you, because I care for you and because I know how much you sacrificed to raise me up, and I want to be a good son. But at the same time, I do want to keep my best interest at heart, and my best interest is to learn and is to grow as an entrepreneur. And if this is not related to my goals right now, then this other option is the most viable path. And I would give this all to them and give even more like safety things to them, so that even if they don't understand it at that conversation, they can at least read my thing over and like hear it out even more. So that's like one approach of many that I was thinking about. But just that one step alone would be totally drastically different than how our relationship is now.
It's so funny, that advice or what you're describing is actually the advice I give to a lot of millennials that ask me like, how do I talk to my parents about X, Y, and Z? A lot of the time, it's just like, you're right. They don't like, school is a backup or is the safe haven, right? But when you go this divergent route, there's no clarity about the journey about that. And by mapping it out, making it more tangible and having actionable items, there's a certain comfort that you provide them with that.
Yeah. Even one more thing on top, like, great point. I want to and to that.
Yeah.
Even show like 5 examples of like other people doing it, not the Zuckerbergs or the Steve Jobs, but like normal dropouts, just like making their way in Silicon Valley or making their way in whatever field they want to do, to see like, hey, these people have done it. Here's how they did it. Here's exactly step by step what they did.
Exactly. I think there's this like misconception of like entrepreneurship, and people would be like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell the house. I'm a risk everything. But I think as entrepreneurs, like a lot of entrepreneurs are more calculated. They don't exactly take those huge risks. They rather test, and then once you have some data, then they go balls deep.
Entrepreneurs are the most risk averse people there are.
Yeah.
In the book Original by Adam Grant, he mentions a study about how you're more likely to succeed if you keep your day job in your business than if you were to quit your day job and then start your own business.
Yeah. What entrepreneurs do really good, like what they're really good at, is actually reframing risk, kind of looking at it from a different perspective so that it isn't so scary.
It's all math and science at the end of the day. That's what all business is, really.
For you guys that want to follow Tam, I'm going to put his information below. I'll throw his YouTube channel and all that. And Tam, you have a special gift for my refugee hustlers?
Oh, heck yeah. Like, if you made it this far, like, you're fucking awesome. I'm glad that you did. I want to give you 2 of my books for free. How to Network, basically A to Z guide of how to like network your way and make friends in professional setting, and also how to land your dream internship. So if you want to intern at Google, Facebook, small startups, big companies, I had someone work at DreamWorks just recently. If you want to land your dream internship, that book is for free as well. And I normally don't give my stuff for free at all. So I consider this a very special gift to you guys and to Refugee Hustle for making this happen.
Thank you so much, man. This is your penis. This is the head. I got barbell right across.